All right, so this is gonna be a multi-parter. I'm on a little vacay, and I want to show you the car that I got, and everybody show you. It's a nice car, and then we'll talk about the problem of the situation. Okay, so as you can see, here's the car that I drove out of the rental car location at Hertz Rental Car at Hartsfield International Airport. So let's take a look at this EV6. It's a great car, right? There's only one problem. It's not the car that I paid for. Okay, I actually requested a Tesla Model Y long range. I booked that reservation 5 months in advance. It cost me over $1,500 to do so. And when I got there, they had no Tesla Model Y long ranges available. And so the attendant attempted to put me in a Tesla Model 3. I guess he thought I was just clout chasing. And when I explained to him, I need 76 cubic feet of cargo room. They do not have that available. This has the same amount of cargo room as my personal vehicle, which is a 2024 Blazer EV. Problem is, in order to fit 4 pretty much adults and all of our luggage in here for this very long vacation, we have to put a seat down and put luggage in the lap, which I was trying to avoid. I also do not purchase gas anymore. It is a personal decision I have made not to purchase gas. I don't like purchasing gas, and I went out of my way to make sure, even though I don't drive a Tesla, to make sure I had availability for the lowest cost charging possible. So when I get there and not get the car that I actually paid for, I'm a little miffed. They said, call customer service tomorrow and see if you can get the vehicle switched out. Well, it is now 4 o'clock, okay? I have been on the phone with customer service since 10 a.m. and the only reason I didn't call sooner is because we got into Atlanta after a 4-hour delay at about 2 o'clock, okay? We didn't drive off that lot until 3, and we just needed to get some sleep, right? So after being transferred and hung up on, and listening to the quite possibly most annoying song on the planet, which is the Hertz Let's Go song, over and over and over again for hours on the first day of my vacation. Did I mention that tomorrow's my birthday? Okay, so on the first day of my vacation that I've spent thousands of dollars for, $1,500 of which is for a vehicle I did not get, I was told that literally no one can actually help me, okay? I've spent so much time on hold only to be told that I need to drive back to the airport, wait in line, and explain all of this for now the 6th time today, right? And here's the other thing. It was pitch black and hot as balls outside when we got into this vehicle. Check this out. Oh, before I continue, the first car they gave me was a Tesla Model 3, which didn't fit our luggage, but also this pillar here, just imagine this in a Tesla, and every time you get in, this whole section just falls into your lap. You have to reassemble the damn car every time you get in it, okay? Now, let's take a look at what we find here. What is this? What is this? This car is dirty as hell. They didn't even wipe this shit down. There is literal dirt on this car. This car is actually dirty. Someone's dirty ass got in this car and they didn't even bother to clean it before they proceeded to ruin the first day of my vacation. Okay? There are people I was supposed to have called hours ago, but I couldn't because I was waiting in vain for Hertz to pick up the damn phone. Here's the other fun part. When you call Hertz customer service, this is a good one. This is how you know that in the year 2024, where, I could book this on my phone. I don't have to even look at another human being. We have the technology to book your entire vacation from your handheld device. When you call Hertz customer service and go through the needless menu, because it's just going to transfer you to someone who's not in the country, once you get on hold, you will listen to the Hertz Let's Go song in full, repeatedly, for at least 30 minutes. But the fun part is they tell you it's going to take 10 minutes for them to answer your phone. So on this trip, I have driven in Atlanta. Anybody here familiar with Atlanta traffic? I have driven to whole ass destinations while on hold listening to that song on the first day of my vacation. Okay? Which was held up because of a delayed flight due to weather, only to get a broken Tesla and a dirty EV6, which is not what I ordered. So now I'm at the point where I've been on hold for so long with so many people, hung up on so many times, that I actually did get someone in the United States and I had to explain to them how to rectify a situation. Did I ask for a refund? No, I did not. I just want the car I ordered or a car that fits my luggage. Pretty simple and plain. I'm willing to purchase gas, but here's the thing, I'm not paying for said gas, seeing as I didn't purchase a gas car, right? So, and for the hell y'all have put me through, the least you could do is give me a gas card. I know you can do that because it's not that hard. It's not that hard. It is not that hard, okay? So, after explaining this, I was proceeded to be told that no, they cannot reserve anything online. What the hell is customer service for, right? If the car breaks down and customer service can't help me, what are you good for? They now tell me I need to drive back to Atlanta at Hartsfield International Airport. Again, right now I'm in Buckhead, and the place where I'm staying right now for this leg of my vacation before I then drive in whatever vehicle that I paid $1,500 for, whatever I then drive to Orlando, I'm going to be like, we're driving to Orlando, and no, I'm not going to put my family in a car with luggage in their lap if I don't have to, which I went out of my way not to do. I spent good money to make sure everyone's comfortable on this trip, right? So I need to drive from Kennesaw, essentially right around the corner from Kennesaw State University, back to the airport and wait in line to then explain this debacle again to someone's face. And maybe they will have a vehicle big enough, because again, not only can customer service not see what cars they actually have in their fleet. I don't know. What year is this? It's like they don't even have a computer, because that doesn't even make sense. They can't even call Hartsfield International to tell them to reserve a car. And here's the fun part. Ready? Here's the fun part. Even if they could call Hartsfield and tell them to do something that is quite possibly their goddamn job, you can't call Hartsfield International Airport's Hertz desk because, get this, it won't even connect your call. They have disconnected the phone there, so when you call, you don't even get through. You get the first 2 rings, and if you don't know, if anybody's not aware, the first 1 to 2 rings of a phone call is not the ring your person heard, right? Usually phone calls get connected. The first time you hear a ring on your end, the person who's answering that phone does not necessarily hear that ring right away. So if it rings twice and then you get disconnected, it means it didn't ring at the place. So all that being said, and now that looking back, the attendant that was there was using his personal cell phone to try to communicate with someone in a parking deck, which I don't even know how you would even expect to do that, considering that there is no service in a parking deck that big. So now it's starting to dawn on me that Hertz sucks ass, and having rented from Hertz multiple times, I will no longer be renting for Hertz. I would gladly spend more money at Avis. I will gladly spend more money elsewhere than do this again. Because again, not only am I in the wrong car that I had to take as a consolation, no offense to the EV6, great car, by the way. I almost purchased one. I ended up getting the Blazer instead. It was, personal choice. Not because I didn't like the car. The car drives amazing. It drives like, look, the way that you think that this car drives. You ever been in an electric car and you've driven multiple electric cars, or any car for that matter? You look at the design of this car. They went through great pains to make this car drive the way it looks. It drives like it's from the movie Tron. It's amazing. It's just not what I need right now. And also, it's fucking dirty. It's dirty. It's a dirty car. It's dirty on the inside. There's actual mud in the car. All I wanted to do was go on vacation with my family. And when I have a problem, have that problem dealt with in a professional manner. But again, the person didn't get the car they need, right? They need to switch the car out. It doesn't take a rocket. It's not rocket surgery. It's not rocket surgery. It's simple. You give the customer what they paid for. The fact that you can't reserve a car, like, what is that? Why rent a car? Why go through the trouble of renting the car if you can't reserve the car? You can't reserve the car. Oh, by the way, this vehicle is not even in the same class as the car that I ordered. When you go on Hertz's website, you can order an EV6. You most certainly can. You most certainly can. You know what's similar to an EV6? A Hyundai Ioniq 5. That's what's similar to an EV6. You know what's similar to a Tesla Model Y? Not an EV6. There is a great deal of difference between an EV6, and I'm not talking about how nice the car is, because this is definitely better equipped than a Tesla. The screen in the Tesla is the nicest thing in there, right? As far as I'm concerned. But but what's different on the Tesla Model Y long range is that it is a long range EV, and it has 76 cubic feet of cargo space. This car has 24.4 cubic feet of cargo space before you lay the seats down. That is a significant difference. That's why I didn't rent a Blazer if I could, because on the way to the airport from my house, we had to lay a seat down and someone had to hold on to luggage. But we were only driving 45 minutes from my house. That's why I didn't rent a vehicle with 24 to 25 cubic feet of space. I rented a vehicle with 76 cubic feet of space. For reference, if you're not aware of what 76 cubic feet of space, that's like close to Tahoe, the back of a Tahoe. Okay, 76 cubic feet. We're talking, that's 70 to 100. That's how much space the Tesla has. The Tesla Model 3 has. It is well equipped for hauling people and a lot of crap. This is not made for hauling people and a lot of crap. This is made for your daily use, shorter trips. If I was just going on my normal vacation that didn't involve driving out of state, I would have rented this car, because I'm not driving out of state. I wouldn't have brought as much luggage, right? Where's the longer vacation? So yeah, all that being said, not to belabor the point, Hertz sucks massive bags of ass. The customer service, their customer service is quite possibly the worst customer service I've ever dealt with in my entire life to this point. At almost 45 years old, the worst. It was easier to get someone on the phone for customer service when you needed to call the operator to get the number, okay? When you had to call somebody or look through a big ass book with thin Bible thick pages, to find the phone number for someone to call if you had a problem. Furthermore, if I'm not mistaken, when you ordered something, you generally got what you paid for, especially when you paid for it up front. But they can't even look in their system. Again, I just want to make you aware that when you call Hertz, they do not know what cars they have in stock. They have no record, apparently, and no interest in actually helping you. None whatsoever. So, after I get off of this, I'm going to call all the people that I should have called hours ago while in traffic in Atlanta from wherever if I go back to where I'm staying first and drop the people who are with me off, because I'm pretty sure they don't want to sit in Atlanta traffic and go to Hartsfield International Airport and stand in that damn line again, only to drive 2 hours back in Atlanta traffic. Pretty sure they don't want to do that. Pretty sure. We went on vacation for a reason, right? This feels like work. So Hertz, you have lost a customer literally for the rest of my life. Even when I go out of town for work, if my job decides to use Hertz, I will recommend that we do not use Hertz, because this is a joke. And for the record, I have rented from multiple places. I just want to throw this out there. You want a better experience? Rent from Dollar or Budget, one of the cheap rental places, like the real cheap, the ones that when you go there, they're like on the bottom floor, where all like the broke boys rent their cars from. Because you know what happened when I rented from Dollar? the last time, just for the record, I rented a car from Dollar Rental. My flight was delayed to LA and I got in at 2 a.m. They had 7 cars on the lot, right? The car I ordered was not available, and I rented a tiny car because driving in cities, I like to be able to zip around if it's just me, right? They didn't have that vehicle, right? They had a choice. And you know what they did? They said, go out there, whatever car you see, get in it and drive off. Here's your paperwork, okay? Here's your paperwork. Just get in the car. I'm not gonna charge you, because all the cars we have are not even in the class you paid for. So that whatever dollar difference, we're just gonna eat that. And you know what I ended up getting? I ended up getting a minivan, which actually was a good choice because I needed actually more space. And we actually had an emergency where it came in handy. But you know what they also didn't do? Here's the fun part. Even though I rented a car that got like 30 miles to the gallon, because that's all I had, in my budget to rent. They rented me the minivan, and guess what? They gave me a gas card to cover the difference in the gas, even though I didn't even ask. I didn't even ask. And you know what else the Dollar did before I got in the car? They called the attendant in the parking lot and made sure that all 6 cars that were remaining on the lot were clean. And when I went out there, I asked him, what would have happened if I got here and y'all had no cars? You know what the answer was? Well, we would have taken your reservation and paid for it at another place to give you the best car available on the lot. So that's called customer service, you see? It's called making sure the customer wants to come back and do business with you again.